So Andy J with special guest DJ Dazzler for feature audio sessions live on Secular Sounds on our premiere Friday night show. So welcome back. And now for that big interview with our newest resident. So obviously I know a lot about you. You know a lot about you. So for everyone else, how did you get started into DJing?
Good question, mate. Well, to be honest, I've started back in the early days, garage days, 99, 98, 99.
Wow.
When UK Garage was UK Garage, you know what I mean? That's when I first started. And I don't know, I don't really know where to start, really.
From the beginning, maybe?
Yeah, from the beginning, yeah. Sound like belt drive, no headphones.
On the floor, no table.
On the floor, yeah.
No monitor.
Yeah, £8 of vinyl, you know.
So what was the what was the main thing that got you into DJing? What was that one moment that you can put on your life that you thought, yeah, this is what I want to do? Because for me, it was 6 years old. I came across one of my older brother's rave tapes, and I was hooked in. So when I was on holiday in Cornwall visiting my sister, I used to go door knocking in our local area, and I used to save up all the money, and then I'd go to Woolworths and buy £6 rave tapes, like Rave Nation, Rave Alert, Megalomania, stuff like that. So that's what it was for me. What was it for you?
Yeah. For me, I grew up in quite a musical background anyway. Like, my dad was always into like his reggae and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, nobody actually knows this, but I used to play the drums.
Did you really?
I actually went to, and this is the
exclusive.
No, listen. I actually went to the Yamaha School of Music in Bletchley, and I've done. I used to have a private tutor come around and teach me drum percussion on a Wednesday.
Wow.
Religiously for about 2 years.
Okay.
So I was always into music that
into
kind
percussion,
of way. Yeah. I was always into percussion, and then obviously as I got to, like, you know how it is when you're in school, and then, you know, like, drum and bass was there and garage was there, and then I sort of just fell into it, if you know what I mean. And then I realised that's what I want to do.
That's it.
And and then 15 years down the line, you know, I'm like, taking it to a professional level. I'm an artist, so it's just one of them things, like, yeah.
See, it's a similar thing for me. I was always into drums as a kid. I played at secondary school. I played drums for 4 or 5 years, but my mother would never let me have a drum kit, God bless her, which is probably just cause as well, because I'm noisy enough as it is anyway, and I'm sure my missus will vouch for that. I completely hear that, and I myself, I've had sort of influences from a young age. So,
yeah.
So is that where you think you sort of garage roots and a more sort of deeper house sound that you seem to be into at the moment? Do you think that's where that's come from, those early days?
Yeah, I think so. A lot of the deep house that I play it does have, I mean, I don't know about what obviously the people that listen to my sets and obviously you guys think, but it is influenced by UK Garage.
100%.
Although I would never go back and play UK Garage because I don't really.
There's a big strand there.
Yeah, it's more. I stopped playing Garage because I didn't like what the scene represented, if you know what I mean. More and obviously, you know, the producers weren't really bringing out anything new, and it was sort of same old. Yeah. The events are attitudey, the people are attitudely.
I think that's the appeal to the house sound, isn't it? With the house sound,
it's very humbling. As you know, take the music out of it for a minute. The whole house scene as a whole is very humbling. You know, I've achieved more in probably 2 years than I did in 15 years playing garage music, and you know, and that's a big statement. Do you know what I'm saying?
See, for me, I made a decision 3 years ago, and I thought, right, I'm gonna give it a shot. And you know, 3 years later, and I often, even now, you know, I look back at it and think, you know, wow, some of the things I've done, some of the things we've done this year as well. Look at the first time he played for us at the our final Pasha.
Yeah. That was an amazing night, I tell you, because I've never played in there. So to me, that's big news for me. Do you know what I mean? So,
no, and for us too, you know, pleasure. And it's those things that make it worthwhile. You know, all this trouble, all the strife. That's those things that make it worth it. Yeah. So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years. It's hard to say. I don't really.
Where would you want to be in 5 years?
Where do I want to be in 5 years? To be honest, I'm happy to sort of get my way up the ladder in the music industry, and you know, I'm not, you know, I'd never sit here and say, you know, I want to be the biggest DJ in the world.
I want a Grammy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you just get your status in the music industry, and then you're just happy with that. You know, as long as you're always putting the work in and never slacking, you know. I don't know. I find it hard to find the words for it, but I'm just happy where I'm at the moment.
Yeah, I hear you. You're happy where it is, happy where it's going, and you're just going to take anything that comes in.
Yeah, like there's some big things on the horizons. Obviously, you know, I'm looking at obviously producing a couple of tracks soon.
Yeah.
You know, it's in the pipeline, but obviously I don't want to say too much about it.
Nah, that's cool.
You know,
that's cool.
Like, you know how it is.
Absolutely. So, what about the bucket list? What venues have you got on your bucket list? What's the top 3 venues you want to play at the moment, and what rooms?
Bucket list.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I want to play that wide. Like I said earlier on on the radio show. That 8 in the morning or 11 o'clock in the morning, Monday morning thing, that is me all over, I'll tell you.
You quite fancy a bit of that?
Yeah, but I'd probably be there on my own. I'd probably wake up naked in the ditch. Like, where did Brad go? Where did he go? Like, he didn't come home. He's like, it's Thursday, he's still not home. Yeah, I'd be naked in the ditch on the BBC News at 10 o'clock.
And what sort of venues in London would you look at? Like, what sort of big rooms would you like to play in next? What you got your eyes on?
To be honest, I want Terrace in Egg. Like, that's for me. When I was in there the other week and I saw Sonny Fodera's name in lights, I thought I could just see Bradley, DJ, Dazzler, Mason above me. You know, yeah.
Let me tell you that the first time we played in Egg, we got to Egg. The coach driver got us lost. Turned up 5 minutes late. Had a 5-minute conversation trying to get in on the door as you do in Egg. God love them. And we turned around, we started playing, turned around, and we saw those big light boards with V2 Audio across in light boards.
But that's something to be proud of. You know what I mean? That's an achievement in itself. Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So there you're coming from there.
That's it.
So you've sort of gone to the deep house. Where do you see your sort of music influences at the moment? Where are you? What sort of labels are you looking at? What sort of artists are you looking at for your tracks these days?
What that sort of influence? Obviously, my sets when I'm playing in the club. Do you know what? At the moment I'm feeling people like what's his name? Dean Anthony.
Yeah.
Bontan, Sonny Fodera, Sasha Robotti. I'm a big fan of Sasha Robotti.
Yeah.
Probably too many to mention, really. Dusky, obviously, I still like a bit of Dusky. Friend Within, although that was it the Mechanism. I wasn't really feeling that one, but at the same time, it's still a nice thing to drop. So yeah, I've got a lot of influences.
See, I've found that with a lot of producers. I mean, one of my favourite producers for a long time has been Jay Lumin, and I've sort of followed his sound. He's kind of gone from that real tech house sound to a bit of a deep house sound. I won't use the term live on air, but Nick Norman's got a great term for it that certainly says that he's going through maturity. His sound now is quite sort of techie based, sort of techno.
I'm a little bit hit and miss with him. You know, some of his stuff I like, and some of it I'm not really too keen on. Whereas sort of like I don't know, going back to like Bontan again, like when I hear like some of the stuff he plays, it's sort of right up my alley. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just got that garage feel to it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's got that old. Do you remember like Todd Edwards from back in the day? It's got that punchy fall to the floor. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And so, what's your opinion on that? Because you know, back in the early noughties, there was a big sort of fall to the floor bass line. Do you see that sort of coming back in now a little bit? Have you sort of noticed that coming back in, or do you think it's just a sort of sound that's out there?
I think I wouldn't really say deep house is influenced really by bassline. Some of the really bassy house, that is a little bit. But obviously, bassline garage come from up north. Like that was a northern sound.
That's right.
There was a big record label out in them days. I think it was 2001, 2003, and it was called Northern Line Records. Yeah, and that was all very. It was like 150 BPM hard bassline garage. It was just wasn't for me. I mean, there is a little bit of influence, but obviously, don't forget house and garage were together, weren't they? At one point, and they always say the sound always goes back to the original.
It always goes in a rotation, doesn't it? Always keeps
in a rotation. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, I mean, there's pros and cons to it, but yeah, I mean. I don't know.
That's the way it goes.
I've been sucked into the old mate. I love it. I just love it. What can I say? You know what I mean? But,
I know that.
Yeah.
Well, a big shout out to Dazzler for joining us this evening. You can catch myself and Dazzler regularly with other special guests, other residents, and hopefully my V2 partner in crime, Daz Norman, will be back from his parental duties next week.
Yeah, big up Daz, by the way.
Big up Daz.
Yeah, he's a good guy, man. Big guy.
So we're at 9:45. You've got us for another 15 minutes. Stay locked into Secular Sounds V2 Audio Sessions Live.